It wouldn't be a random tech video without me starting off with a pissed off kitty shot. And baby kitty has been doing Review Tech USA's videos since he was like the size of his whole body was the size of his head now. But he's an antisocial bastard. But I still love you, right, baby kitty? Yes, I do. Anyway, I got nerd porn for you. Richard Review Tech USA. It's alive. Oh, that was terrible. Anyway, this is the this is my i7 build. Finally had time to do it. I did it tonight. We got the Cooler Master Evo 212. I think it's what it's called on top there. Got my GTX 570 by VGA. Love that card. It's starting to show its age a little bit, but still a fantastic card. You can max still everything out, 1080p max settings, and get way over 30 frames per second, which I know to PC elitists is blasphemy. Everything needs to be like, 2 bajillion frames per second with everything maxed out, but, I'm not in that camp. PC elitists piss me off. It's funny, I put up a video showing the inside of my rig, and people are complaining, oh, you did that wrong, you did this wrong, you did that wrong. It works. I don't go, when people put videos up and pictures up of their rigs, I don't say, oh, you did this wrong, you did that wrong. That's one thing I hate about the PC gaming community, man, is that everyone has a redwood shoved so far up their asses. They're so uptight and they feel so superior than, anyone else in the gaming community. It's just ridiculous. And this is coming from a guy who enjoys PC gaming. But anyway, that's a rant. I didn't even expect to say that stuff, but it's true. I hate to say it. I'm not saying everyone in the PC gaming community is like that, but there's a lot of you. So that's my rig, Gigabyte motherboard. I don't know the Gigabyte Z77-DS3H motherboard. Is what I got in there right now. It was kind of like a mid-range-ish, lower-end mid-range-ish motherboard. It has USB 3.0 on it, USB 3.0 headers. I could do SLI in this motherboard, I believe. I'm not an SLI guy, so I can give a flying crap if I can or not. But I think, excuse me, I think the capability is there. Not going to put an optical drive in it. It's the year 2013. I don't really use optical medium anymore. And if I do, which for instance, I had to use it for a second tonight, I have an external drive. This is Ghetto and Hood. It's a DVD external drive from 2003. But 99% of the time, I don't use physical media anymore. I use thumb drives and digital distribution. So I don't really care about having an optical drive. Ran a benchmark of Batman Arkham City. Everything maxed out, full tilt. No, two things aren't. I had physics at normal. Because unless you have a separate NVIDIA card solely dedicated to physics, you can't really max out physics. And I had anti-aliasing off. And if you compare it to my budget rig, which I actually had at the same setting, surprisingly. The only difference is with the budget rig where I have the video. I'll have a video link below in the description, or I'll have it as a video response. That was a AMD card. Now, AMD cards can't utilize physics, unless you do some modding or whatever, not physical modding, but software, which I don't even know if you can do that anymore. So it's kind of an uneven comparison. And who knows, too, on top of it, games are more GPU-based. Maybe if I threw this 570 in that AMD rig, the AMD Phenom 2970 rig, instead of the 6770 I had in there, maybe I would have gotten like 59, 60 frames per second as an average. But with my Intel Core i7 3770K and the GTX 570, everything maxed out except for physics, which was at normal, and anti-aliasing, which was at none. I turned anti-aliasing off. I got 61 frames per second, which, again, not mind-blowing, but when that's not a top-of-the-line card. It's a mid-range average card. But again, I went over to Intel, and for video editing, honestly, I got to say, my AMD rig for gaming was awesome. So before you jump over to the Intel bandwagon like I did, if you're just gaming and you're not doing video editing and other stuff like that, and more multimedia-intensive stuff, and you just want to, play Far Cry 3. Maybe sticking to what you got now and just upgrading your video card may be the thing to do. So before you spend your money, think about that. So, yeah, the rig is Frankenstein right now. I just want to make sure everything worked. I updated all the drivers, made sure everything was nice and stable. This case sucks. I do not like this case. I bought an Antec Design. Gotta walk over to it. Gotta love these off-the-cuff videos. Antec Design 300 Illusion Versatile Mid-Tower. Yeah, versatile my ass. It's small inside. It's cramped inside. This case got rave reviews. I think, you know what I'm going to start doing? Everything that gets good reviews, I'm not going to buy, and everything that gets shit reviews, I'm going to buy. Because it just seems to, in the end, the stuff that everyone said is crappy isn't, and the stuff that everyone says is amazing sucks. This case sucks. I don't like the way the hard drives are set up. They're set up horizontally. I wish they were vertical. It's cramped inside. A bunch of the screws they gave were the wrong screws. Good thing, you know, I have a father who's basically Radio Shack. I got screws from him. Just everything about this just sucks. I don't like this case at all. Don't buy the case. It's just a terrible case. For some reason, this case gets recommended a lot. Stay away from it. Honestly, you know, it was funny. My old case would have been better off for this rig. I mean, that case is a little long in its tooth. Some of the plastic's a little loose on it, but thinking back now, the case was fine. I should have just used that damn case. But anyway, speaking of my old rig, no, I did not take any kind of, you know, stimulants tonight. You got to remember, I'm a night guy. So this is like 2 o'clock in the afternoon to me. That's my new rig. That's my main rig. I'm going to get a modular power supply because I can't take the octopus. It looks like it's attacking my motherboard. That's going to come in a couple weeks. Now let's go over to my other rig, which I was going to say farewell to, but now that I have my own apartment again with a living room, this is going to become my multimedia computer. Now, some stories I got to explain in here. That's a new 80 plus certified, 600 watt power supply. I bought that for this rig, and I have a video card coming. I have the same video card I had in that budget rig I built and made a video about, the R6770 MSI video card. I bought that again. If you want that card, it was discontinued for a while, a lot of people told me. But I think what happened is, you know, it's funny, the first time I bought that card, it came from New Jersey. I got it the next day from Newegg. Now, for some reason, I ordered it again because I saw it was back up on, you know, it was available again for this rig, and it was coming from California. So what I think would happen is, I think the card actually is discontinued, but they probably had some back stock in their LA warehouses, Newegg, and it's back in stock. If I remember, I'll have a link below in the description. If you want the card, it is an amazing card. Check out my budget gaming rig video that I'll have as a video response. You can see how well that card for $79 performed. Awesome card. I can't wait to get it. But anyway, you're probably thinking, Rich, you have looks like a sick video card in there right now. No, I don't. This video card, this is a palette, GTX 560 Ti. Now, what happened to this video card, I can explain to you. First of all, it sucked from when I got it out of the box. Okay, this is a factory overclock video card. In some reason, back in 2011, like the big DirectX 11 games, Battlefield 3 and Crysis 2, did not like this card, any kind of card, factory overclocked or user overclocked. As a matter of fact, when Battlefield 3 came out, they had a big notice right up on EA saying, if you have an overclocked video card, albeit factory or user overclocked, put it to its normal, like whatever video card you had, find out its normal specs on the internet, and downclock it to what it's, you know, what the RAM and graphics chip are supposed to be clocked at. They don't care if it was overclocked. So this card had a lot of problems with any games that were very sensitive to being overclocked. Why the clock speed of your RAM and GPU matter is beyond me with the game, but some of the games didn't like it. So this card was very unstable to begin with. And here's what happened. So I got the NVIDIA tool that allows you to downclock or overclock your card. So I downclocked the card. Did not touch fan settings at all. The software must have got corrupted. What the software was doing was told my fans, the NVIDIA tool software told my fans on this palette GeForce 560 Ti, told the fans not to spin up at all. The fans didn't move. So, you know, I'm like, why are all my games running weird? This happened like a period of 2 days. So, I'm like, let me run Furmark to make sure, you know, I'm not seeing any artifacts or funky things or the card's not overheating or whatever. So I go run Furmark, And good thing I kept my speakers on, even though the card's still fried. Who the hell knows? The thing probably would have lit up on freaking fire. All of a sudden, I hear an alarm like a nuclear bomb just went off, and they wanted us to duck and cover. Formark has an alarm built into it that blares if your card's overheating. This overheated. It ended up either frying the GPU or RAM, and even though it runs okay 95% of the time, if you try to run any stress test on this card now after that happened in Formark, it fails them. So the RAM is bad. I'm sure it's a ball grid array, solder job, and something probably went loose because it got so hot. But I'm just having this in here right now to set up this rig and have it as a test rig. So, it'll work. It'll power on. I need to install Windows on this one. So I'll just use it until I have the R6770 coming. That should be here like Monday or Tuesday. So this will be a stopgap until in between them. Luckily, too, I actually had 8 gigs of G-Skill RAM hanging around. I never sold that, which is sweet. So I plopped that in here. The 1045T is still right there. And this is funny. This is actually me being a dumbass. I forgot. How do you forget this? It's just a fucking new move. Here is a hard drive. Now I'm thinking to myself, like, oh man, I'm going to have to buy a hard drive. This sucks. This really sucks. I want to have this secondary rig to have in my living room so I could watch Hulu. I want to maybe get a Blu-ray drive for this. And I'm like, man, I'm going to have to buy a hard drive. So I'm looking here. I'm taking all the hard drives out, putting them in the new rig. And obviously I want my 3 terabyte one in there, my 1 terabyte drive, and my solid state drive in there. They're all in there now. Like, wait, where the hell did another drive come from? What I forgot that a while back I did buy a 750 gigabyte drive. And like a dumbass, what I did, when Windows sometimes, if you have multiple drives, it doesn't assign the drive a letter. So you have to go into disk management and assign the drive a letter, because if you don't, Windows won't recognize the drive. So basically I had this drive just sitting there dormant, totally forgot that I had this drive in there, and it was sitting there doing nothing. The drive's fine. I tested it on my laptop. I had a data migration tool where it makes your regular desktop hard drive, you can turn it into a USB drive temporarily. Works perfect. So I have almost a terabyte of storage. All right, 250 gigabytes shy, plus when you format it's even less than that. But it's a lot of storage that I didn't even realize I had. So it's like an Easter egg I found in my old system. So this is going to be a great system. I'm excited to get that 6770. It's going to be a great home theater and budget gaming system. I love the 1045T. I think it's a fantastic processor for the price. I think they're still selling it. If you're looking to get into just even building a budget machine that's just good for like home theater or multimedia, you could find this processor if you look around, brand spanking new for $99. I can't recommend it enough. But anyway, there's my 2, budget. Well, this is the budget. That one is half budget. It's powerhouse / budget, but this one is a budget gaming rig. These are my 2 PC rigs. Just thought I would do an off-the-cuff video, and damn, I was talking nonstop for 15 minutes, close to 15 minutes. Wow. So I'm going to clean up this disastrous mess that I made, and there are my 2 computers. They're going to be very sweet in my apartment, and I hope that video editing is a lot better on that Core i7, because if it's not, I'm going to be pissed off that I bought it. Anyway, Richard Review Tech USA, time for me to shut up. Have a good one.